Hi, everybody. Welcome to another listen along. I'm your host, William. I'm also the drummer for Glass Beach, and today I am joined by Phil and Trevor of Tree River. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
It's good. So thankful to have you both on. It's always a delight to have more than one person because I know bands are made up of a lot of people, and oftentimes I only get like the primary songwriter or everything. So this is great.
We're a package deal. You get both of us.
I can't wait to get into this record. It's very new. How long has it been out?
I mean, it's only been out for 5 weeks, but we recorded it in fall of 2020, so it's definitely not new for us.
Yeah,
We released it on April 1st, so it's new to the world since April 1st.
Okay, well, I definitely will want to talk about that a little bit. We'll get into it in a minute. Remind me. I want to know why you released it on April 1st. Hoping for an April Fool's joke or something? No, okay. If you haven't been to one of these before, audience, then I will let you know that this is basically an album commentary thing. So I bring bands on and we listen to the music together, live on stream, and I kind of interview them, but it's basically me going like, I love that so much. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. And them going, oh, thank you. And like trying to figure out like a million different ways to say thank you the entire time. So that's what we're going to be doing. Hopefully we'll get some insight in between that with, recording process, writing process, that sort of thing. But honestly, whatever you want to talk about is on the table. We can literally chat about like, I don't know, the Batman the whole time. It doesn't matter.
Oh man, it's so good. Trevor, did you watch it yet, by the way?
Yes, I did.
It's so good. I've seen it twice now. I love it.
Oh, wow. Twice. Wow.
Yeah.
William, I gotta
great.
say, your video looks great. I just looked at the Twitch page. It's so clean and high def. How's it so nice
it
looking?
is impressive.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a filmmaker by kind of trade.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
It looks like you like have it like professionally lit. It looks like you got like an Ari Alexa in the back. It looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. It's funny. It's like this is just like a Canon RP, but I have I'm okay. I'll be a little gearhead for a second. I just have a 35 millimeter like 1.8 lens on it, so it gets a really nice shallow depth of field.
It looks beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
God, it's so soft and pretty. Everyone looks great.
Yeah, and I have this
Virginity is rad. Sorry, I just saw them in the chat.
Yes, yeah.
Shout out.
Overzealous is in
Love
here
you.
too. Virginity is rad. Wow.
Love you. Oh yeah, overzealous.
Overzealous is
Awesome.
my friend, so
Sorry.
that's okay. No worries. No, that's
Wait, where do I see the chat? Where do I see the chat?
Oh, that would be with pulling up Twitch. You got to pull up Twitch.
I'm on Twitch. Where is the
Oh,
chat?
okay, then you gotta. I don't
There's
know.
a little
if
chat.
it's not automatically up, that's
Chat
weird.
button in the bottom left
Chat button at the
somewhere.
bottom left. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, chat, I see. Okay.
Austin and
Got it. Perfect.
I don't know if Austin found y'all independent of me or whatever, but we both had a little exchange recently about like all the good music that had come out recently. I mean, there have been so many, like, especially around when y'all released this album,
I
there was,
know.
there was like
Kind
a
of blessing and a curse.
ton. Yeah. It was amazing and also overwhelming,
Yeah.
but very good.
Yeah.
I'm going to
It's
do the
been
spiel.
fun. It's been fun for the scene. There's been so much new music, so I love that.
Yeah. Let's get this out of the way so that I can bring you both in like fully because we're just hearing your voice right now.
Oh,
So
damn.
I'm
No,
gonna
I
pull,
want to see us.
yeah, you'll get there. I'm going to pull up this
We're not
image.
going to look as good as you, though. Is the
No.
only thing. It's gonna...
You're going to look great. You're going to be fine. You've got a great background. Look, I can't wait to show everyone. Trevor, you look good.
Trevor, your background
thanks.
sucks.
My background
The worst
is
background.
not as exciting or baby teal filled. I like
Yeah.
the teal, but
I do too.
I know mine's
This is not teal. This is mint green, I call this.
Okay, well, on camera, it's kind of hard to tell. I'm going to
Really?
be honest. Yeah, I see it though.
We
Mint
always
green.
refer to it as mint green. Yeah, like pistachio ice cream color.
Yeah, mint green, like the band.
Oh,
Like the band
yeah, I like
Mint
that
Green.
band a lot. I like that band.
Yes, me too. I'm a big fan. Okay, spiel time. Let's get this out of the way so I can get. Okay, first, generally I like to visit the band's website or Bandcamp. I'm not gonna do that today because I don't have it set up to have more than one guest. That's my bad. But I will encourage you to purchase the album and merchandise if you can. If you have the means, please do. And going from there, I will need you to open a streaming provider or some way to listen to the album yourself, because I will not be playing the music live on stream. It will not be playing. So we will do a sync. I'll do a 3, 2, 1, go. That wasn't it, but that's what it's going to sound like when I do it. And then we will all hit play on go, and we should be synced together. So again, we'll do a
This is so
countdown.
silly.
Yes,
This is
it
great.
is. It is very silly. But I do this to avoid, copyright stuff.
Copyright.
And
Hell yeah.
also it encourages, people watching this to check out the band, like seek out the band yourself, maybe give a little follow on your little streaming provider, do that kind of
Good
thing.
call. That's smart.
Yeah.
Good strategy.
Yeah. So do that. And then the last thing I'm going to say here is you can see !listen, !listen in the chat. If you're watching on Twitch, that will bring up 2 links. One is like that, like big link layout that has all of the streaming places that you can like purchase or listen to the album. And then the second one is specifically to Bandcamp. So if you want to purchase the vinyl or whatever, because y'all have vinyl, right?
We sure do. It's right
Yes.
over there. If you order it, I will put it in nice little packaging and I'll ship it off to you.
Great. So there you go, everybody. And now that I've got that out of the way, I'm gonna bring you both in. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yes.
Cool. Here we go. This is Phil and Trevor. Hi, Phil and Trevor.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? William, I got a question for you. When we were
Yes.
talking before, you were wearing a different tank top. Is this your Twitch tank top? This is a formal tank top?
No, when we were talking before, I'm so glad you brought this up. When we were talking before the stream, I was wearing the shirt that I slept in.
Yeah, okay. I thought that might be the case.
Yeah, no, it's great.
This one's fancier because it's got little dots on it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's
I'm
Secret
wearing a shirt
Someone's.
that has dolphins on it and a hole right here, and I wore this on my second or third date with my now fiance, and she makes fun of me all the time because she considers it a
It's a
bold
house shirt.
choice.
It's fine. It's a house shirt. I got a lot of house shirts that have holes in them.
A house shirt. Also, a shirt with dolphins on it should have holes so they can breathe.
Yes.
That's what I say.
Of course.
Does the dolphin breathe
That's a
out of your
great
nipple?
point.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Does it line up?
It
the
does
nip?
go. I mean, we can't
This
bleep
is
it
a
out.
PG program.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
yeah,
PG, but it does. It can be maneuvered just so that the nipple does show. But don't worry, I won't do that. I'll do everyone a favor and refrain from doing that.
I had a not house shirt that was really nice. I loved it for a long time, and then it got the tiniest little hole, like literally right on where my like left nipple was. So, and the shirt was red, so it didn't really like show. But if you like saw it, you'd be like, "Is that like just the very tip of your nipple sticking out?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I guess I can't
bold
wear
design
this shirt
choice.
anymore." Yeah, had to get rid of that shirt. But now everyone can see
Oh,
your
man.
background. Your background, Phil.
My mint green.
Your mint green background, not teal.
I don't know if that's teal. What's teal? Teal is it's a little darker.
Yeah, what's teal? What is teal, really?
Do we all see the same teal? Maybe what you see is teal, I see is yellow.
Phil, it kind of matches the album art in a way. The color, it's sort of
Oh, yeah.
aquatic and similar color. So I'm actually liking. There's a really nice color scheme on
Yeah,
Twitch
and
right
your
now with the
background-
red and
I
the
like that.
teal.
Your
Oh, I see what you're
background,
saying.
Trevor, looks kind of like the tile of the
Oh.
album cover.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wow.
nailing it. It's like
I
you
actually
both
painted
planned
my
it.
apartment to go along with the album art, so that's perfect.
Oh, good. Well, it's good to get some recognition for that hard work.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say a first call here to everybody watching. Pull open a streaming provider, get that album
Cover
up.
it up. Get it ready.
Yeah,
Get your mouse
locked
hovering.
and loaded.
Locked.
Yeah, take the trackpad, remove it, and then put it back, and then use it to.
I'm
pull up the
hovering
album.
over the first song. I'm waiting for your order, and I'm going to click so fucking hard.
Oh damn! Hell yeah! By the way, you can swear.
I can or I cannot?
You can't. No, I'm just kidding. You
Oh.
can. You can. You can.
Thank God. Okay, good.
Yeah, you can't swear. No, you can't. Can you? You can.
I
Well, I
definitely
hope you
can.
can swear because there are a lot of cuss words on this album.
There's not a lot. There's just more than 0.
We were trying to get a parental
one?
advisory sticker
On Spotify,
there, but
how many? On Spotify, 3 songs have the little explicit E, which is so fun.
oh yeah,
The little E.
It's so funny because it means our label went through and they're like, oh, we got to make sure that they mark explicit on this song, which is so funny.
Yeah.
We
These
don't
ones
want any
get a little
small
naughty.
children to listen to this.
Yeah. What are the curses? What are we gonna hear?
Fuck and shit. And what else?
Yeah, they're fuck in the chorus of cross-throating. Fuck apathy. Oh, and laughing with it's talking shit.
Ooh,
Talking shit.
oh.
And then
Pop bubbles is
another
nothing
F-bomb.
fucks with your face.
Yeah, but nothing fucks with your face. So
That's it. Next time we'll get into more scatological and vulgar stuff. This is just the pretty basic curses.
Hey,
maybe we'll curse in some other languages next time. Hungarian.
I love a basic curse. Ooh.
Wait, is scatological like combining
exactly
scat like?
I mean, that's a real word.
Shit.
Yes, that's what it is.
Relating to or characterized by an interest in excrement and excretion.
You pulled that up so fast.
I just know that back in the day when I used to read not movie reviews, but when the newspaper would do the little blurb rated R for scatological humor, I would always be like, scatological, great word.
Scatological. It is a good word.
All right, I promised. By the way,
resonate for Gen Z. When I used to look in the newspaper for the little blurbs about the movie ratings, that was what they would say.
Yeah, you're connecting. I wanted to talk about the April 1st release date.
Well, the juicy ass story is that it was originally April 8th, and then the label said we have another album coming out on the 8th, and now it's coming out on the 1st. And we said, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was, a year and a half after we finished the album?
All this stuff has taken so long. We recorded it in fall of 2020, and they told us it's coming out April of 2022 in June of 2021.
Yeah, but we couldn't complain because we felt so lucky to have a label interested in us at all. So they were like, we want to do this, but we're busy, and also there's a vinyl shortage. And so we've got to push it way back. And we're like, okay, well, thank you for just even wanting to put it out.
Because we have friends bands that went on tour. We have friends bands who went on tour and they just literally couldn't even bring any vinyl because it wasn't ready. So that was not an issue for us. Not that we were selling such large quantities of vinyl, but all the vinyl that was supposed to be delivered when it was supposed to be delivered was delivered when it was supposed to be delivered.
I mean, wow. that was a cool quite the turn of phrase just now.
That was like a palindrome. You just threw down a palindrome sentence.
We're gonna have a lot more palindromes on the next album too. A lot of curse words and a lot of palindromes.
Scatological palindromes. I'm here for it.
Scatological.
Poop is the ultimate scatological palindrome.
That, oh my gosh, bringing it back to
oh my
god. Poop is the ideal palindrome.
Especially if you do one of the shoes backwards, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Eminem.
Just like Eminem.
Yeah, like Eminem. Perfect. Yes, Eminem is perfect.
Yes, another palindrome. Eminem. Don't think about it.
Kind of.
Nope.
Oh, damn.
Don't think about it.
Don't think about it.
I was like, wow.
Nope. It's funny. My Austin Overzealous here in the chat says that's a rude April Fool's joke from the label.
Oh, I know. Well,
being forced to release your album on April Fool's is pretty funny, though. That's pretty good.
It is. Also, the Pup album came out the same day.
That's right. Yes,
but sense of humor.
But that was a good album too. So the world got 2 albums that day.
Yeah, April Fool's 2 albums.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
also other bands also released their albums.
Yeah, it's true.
Also other bands. That's true. Many other bands. But I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna do a last call.
That's the story.
Last call. Pull up your streaming providers. I'm gonna do the countdown imminently.
I haven't listened to this album in a while. Trevor, when's the last time you listened to this album?
It's been a little while,
it's been a minute for me.
So I'm excited. Let's do it.
Yeah,
it's been like a day for me.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Hopefully people are still into it. Hopefully, it's still.
I gotta say, there's a little bit of an inside joke. If you look at Spotify, the runtime of the first song is 420, which I honestly, if I had my way, every single runtime of every single song on the album would have been 420. But
I love that.
Like
Yeah,
I really would have loved
some
Ripper to
songs,
be 420, but it didn't work out that way.
and then Catalyst has to end 12 seconds early. It just cuts off at the very end.
It'll be worth it.
You either have it 420 or you have songs that are 1 minute and 9 seconds.
Sure, classic.
Right.
Little Ripper, I tried
Oh.
to, but it was just too long.
Yeah. One or the other. Nothing in between.
I love it.
Okay. I've given everyone enough time. Are you both ready?
Ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. Before we do this, I'm just going to say if you look over here to my left, well, yes, my left. It says what's happening, listening to music, the music won't be on stream, pull it up yourself and listen along, and then the current timestamp and the song are down below. So
This is so impressive. The way you have like the time
that's
being
awesome.
kind of in the middle of the screen. That's awesome. This is so well executed.
Thank you. Yeah. I really love your album cover, by the way. I did want to talk about that really quick. I love the album art a lot. It was what made me listen to the album.
That's what I was hoping for.
Really?
This was Rob from Los Campesinos designed this. And I was basically like, I want something like Los Campesinos' last album. And I was like, I just got to figure out who made that and then hit them up. And luckily it happened to be Rob from the band. And it was like a super long process. I think we hit him up in like early November of 2020, like right when we finished recording. And it wasn't done until late February, which it felt like forever. But we just went through like a million iterations because we didn't know what the hell we wanted. So we just kept sending over ideas and stuff, and then eventually we ended up with this, and I think it's perfect. And it's also different than I had before, and I feel like it really sums up the music really well.
I agree. It does look like the album sounds, in my opinion. So.
I agree completely. I really love this album cover. Like, I'm not kidding. When No Earbuds like tweeted that out or something, I literally replied to it that I was like, wow. I love this album cover. I need to listen to this.
Hell yeah.
That rocks.
Yep. It's amazing. I mean, like with so much music coming out, I guess like you have to have something, that kind of like can snag people a little bit. Totally. And it was perfect. It was great. Okay. So yeah, again, looking down below, just make sure you turn shuffle off. Make sure you don't have like crossfades between songs or whatever turned on. Like don't have that. But don't worry if you ever get off at any point during the listening, as long live. At every point you can look down below, see what song we're on, and see where we are in the song, and then kind of get as close as you can to syncing back up. So that should not be an issue.
I have a question. Should we be like kind of chatting over the song, or like what are some of your ideas?
If we're not chatting over the songs, then we're not going to chat. It's
like a live. We're doing a live commentary.
Live commentary. Here. Yep.
Director's live commentary.
This is something that people can, when they listen to the album in the future, I want them to be able to, pull this up again or something, return to it if they want to hear more insight from y'all or that kind of thing. And whenever they listen to the record, they can also either do or do not put this on as an accompaniment, sort of.
Cool.
Great.
Super cool.
Well, we've done it. We have stalled long enough. Let's get into it. This is my favorite part, the part where I stress everyone out with my countdown. Okay. Are you both ready?
I'm ready, baby.
All right. So this is Time Being by Tree River. The first song is Journey Proud. Time Being by Tree River. The first song is Journey Proud. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Now we're cooking. Hold on, I gotta lower this shit. All right.
We wanted to loop people in, like we wanted to pull people in immediately.
A fun fact is that this actually starts with a recording that wasn't from the actual studio. We used the click track from the demo of our practice room. It's like those first 3 stick clicks at the beginning of the song. Because I realized we'd forgotten to record them, and I told Kevin, our producer, I'm like, fuck, you got to use the one from the demo and just put it in there because it needs to be there.
Yes. I This is, it's so funny that obviously they say like you want to grab people immediately because you super do. This like the intro to this,
Just the
the kind of
meatiest little riff.
yeah. Which one of you is singing, by the way, like lead singing? Trevor?
I'm the singer.
I love your voice
yeah, it was
so
kind of-
much.
Thank you. It was kind of fun going back to the intro. Is like we literally were trying to get the shittiest sound possible, and we were like experimenting to try and get like the shittiest sound for that first few bars, and I think that it slams when it starts. So yeah.
So this melody over the second verse was actually the original melody of like verse 1, and Trevor tried to write like 9 versions of lyrics with this being the melody for verse. He's like, I can't do it. It's not a good melody for verse 1. We need to come up with a new melody. And I was just like, you're fucking wrong. Like, no, this is it. And then I just came up with this like much better melody for verse 1, and this one was verse 2. Really nicely.
I also wanted a line that like locks people in too. Like I wanted a lyric. So yeah, Time is a Silent Killer had like the energy that I wanted, and also that internal rhyme and I think that hopefully it resonated with people who are just like wasting away.
When
Yeah,
I was
what
writing,
I felt like was
when I was writing the chord progression for this chorus, which was I think the first part that I wrote for it, it was because I had listened to the song "Impossible Game" by Oso Oso, which I listen to that album when I'm just like looking for interesting chord progressions that I haven't used before, and he used like a particular he used like a 1-6-5-4 chord progression. I was like, oh, we haven't used one of those before, so that's why the chorus of this song is a 1-6-5-4. There's like lots of chord progressions throughout this album, which were just inspired by me listening to Basking in the Glow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good album.
And this
It's like one of our favorites. It's honestly one of my favorite albums.
And the new one's great
but
too.
it's cool to be inspired by it and then also try and not sound like it at the same time.
This mathy part that's playing right now was actually initially a different song called the Toilet Song, which we smushed together with the initial like idea of what ended up being the verse and chorus of the song, which was called Soil when I recorded it on my phone a million years ago. But because we mushed the Toilet Song together with Soil, it became Toilet Time, was like the new iteration of this demo for the longest time before it had an actual title.
Toilet Time?
Toilet Time. And if we ever have like a band
yeah.
LLC, our LLC for the band will be called Toilet Time.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That mathy part is like genuinely my favorite part of this song, and maybe one of my favorite parts on the record. Like honestly, I love how you're using the vocal line with it and everything, and also your chorus is great. And they're turning around, like that part really reminds me of Modern Baseball, like especially with your delivery. Yeah.
That's a band that I've never really gotten into, but I know that they're super, super influential and like beloved by so many people that I know and like. So maybe I'm wrong, I guess.
Yeah,
I could totally see the comparison, like kind of similar ranges, like vocal ranges. So, but
this riff that's playing right now was like not something we had written prior to the studio, and then we were just trying to make the outro as huge as possible. And Kevin's like, "You should do the little helicopter picking that makes it sound even bigger." Hell yeah!
Yeah.
And this one is Laughing With.
Yeah, this song was originally called Fun Song, and not to bring up this band again, because it's going to sound like we're fucking fanboys, but this was in practice. I was just like, hey guys, I wrote this fucking riff that sounds like an Oso Oso song. And I was like, oh, it's actually a good riff.
Oh shit, the one last thing I want to say about Journey Proud is just look up the definition of Journey Proud online. That's all I got to say. It has a definition.
Okay.
All right, so Laughing With, it was called Fun Song, wasn't it?
Trevor, you want to say what this song's about?
Yeah, the song is about my who is now my fiance, like making a lot of jokes and not sure if she thinks any of them are funny. And that's basically it. Are you laughing at or laughing with? Like, am I funny at all, or am I just like an idiot, basically? And it's kind of a little bit of both.
And so it's called Fun Song.
Fun Song, one word, Fun Song.
Oh, one word, Fun Song.
So many of the riffs on this album are just like literally scraps that I had lying around on my phone that I just smushed together into songs over the course of like the 2 years that we took to record it or write it rather.
Yeah.
This was originally like this very tender beat. Like this is kind of a weird chord progression for this chorus, and it was originally this like very beautiful like nylon string guitar part that was like very softly sung in falsetto, and then we turned it into this like fucking abrasive and weird heavy chorus.
Yeah.
This is the most fun to play of any of the songs live.
I'm hesitating, but I think this might be one of my favorite choruses, by the way, like this in this song.
Nice,
I don't know. Y'all just write really good
Awesome.
choruses.
Thank
Like that is staying power for me because I keep going back to it, and I don't know if there's a chorus in a song that I don't think hits really hard.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing.
I think we're just I think the longer I've been in this band, the more I'm like very, very melody first. Like if it doesn't, like we wrote a new song recently, and my policy is basically if every part doesn't have the best melody I've ever written, it doesn't get used because that's the only thing I really care.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that melody is often like
Especially
in emo. Yeah, in this genre, I think that it's so much like, emotion driven, obviously, but I think that I would love to see bands really get more into melody writing.
Like there's this very sort of facile version of emo melodies that are like no, like you just kind of start on the 5 and just go from there. Like the bands I love that are super guilty of that I'm not going to name.
Yeah. But we don't want to be disrespectful to like legitimately so many.
Nothing but respect. Nothing but respect.
Nothing but respect.
We're a very respectful band. That's what
we are.
Yes. If there's one thing I'll say leaving this today, wow, they were respectful.
Oh my gosh, they were so respectful.
And this is Crossroading.
This is Crossroading. This song I wrote when Trevor was at Burning Man in 2019.
That's true. And also, obviously, like, we are so lucky to have Max Bemis on this song. But it's funny because even before he was on the song, we wanted to write a song inspired by Admit It. Like a little bit more of kind of like...
Sassy?
Like... What'd you say, Phil?
Sassy? You kind of wanted something with a little tood?
Yeah, a little tood, exactly. So, and then we were obviously so stoked when he wanted to sing.
This song also has super old riffs, like Trevor riffs going back to 2011 in this song. Like, decade old.
Yeah, we've
little nuts.
Yeah, it's true.
This is another song that reminds me of Mobo. I'm so sorry.
What album should I listen to of theirs? I guess I got to get into this band.
I don't know, Holy Ghost probably.
I'm gonna give it another try.
That's the one that I got really into.
I think I listened to it one time and I was like,
yeah.
But I'm just here to be respectful. I just want to be respectful.
Yeah, just be respectful.
I love that band. It's interesting because like themes in the songs, like the material is so different. It's so much like about like a girl, it's like very, I don't know, like storytelling about parties and girls and things like that, and which I always love, but I don't know, I don't think we really sing about partying very often. Not enough.
Next album, a lot of scatological palindrome songs about parties.
Yeah, at least one. For me.
Yeah, definitely. We need to drink more beer.
I don't really like beer that much. This song, the chorus, was initially I wrote a chorus that I liked a lot, but it sounded a little too much like the song "It's a Sure Thing, Shelley" by Maxiel, so I had to rewrite the chorus. And now I think it's
love that,
even better. And my daughter is named Shelley, which is a fun fact, unrelated to that.
Incredible riff there.
This next part was really cool. This next part, the bridge, is a really old part that I wrote.
2011.
It's really cool because, even though Max is singing this part, I actually wrote it and wrote the lyrics, and it was supposed to be for me singing. So it was really cool to hear him singing the part that we wrote, and then really the rest of the parts, like the ending, he wrote. Like we had nothing to do with writing those parts. So it's just really
he wrote
cool
this harmony by himself. He's like, by the way, I threw a harmony on there, and he got all the notes are perfect, obviously.
Yeah, we should We should post the acapella recording of just his and my voice harmonizing, because I love that.
This part's sick.
Also, I'm a
Yeah.
huge sucker for like counter lines and like overlapping.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
us too.
The song that we've written recently has a really good one on the last chorus too that I'm excited for. Like this part originally had no vocals and he just went nuts.
Oh my god.
We did like a little tour a few weeks ago for the album release, and at the last show, because I knew I was going to blow my voice out because I have no technique, I only sang it at the last show, and I sang this part.
Right.
It was so fun.
Yeah, singers out there, challenge you to try and sing that part in full voice.
God,
It's not easy.
Bananas.
Not falsetto, full voice.
You can do it. You just won't have a voice for the next 2 days.
And this song is Homesick.
All right, so Homesick. So after 3 bangers, we wanted to bring down the energy and
make it a little sad and sexual in here.
All right.
Yeah, delicate. We wanted, just to show like our full range of sounds and much more delicate vocals. And
so the story with this song is that Trevor and his now fiance and my wife were actually at a Zoom dance party in like the early COVID days of June 2020 in like the other bedroom, which is now my baby's bedroom. And I was like right outside at my little music corner. And I was like, I don't want to go to a dance party right now. I want to be sad and play guitar. And I wrote this little nug, this little acoustic part. And then actually Kevin Dye, who's our producer and sort of also in the band, helped me so much with the arrangement of this song, because I was just like, I don't know what to do after like basically this quiet part that's coming up. I was like, I don't know what the song is after this. And then he sort of wrote this really cool beat over it, and he sort of like added some guitars, and he's like, this is where the song could go. I was like, oh, it's a Death Cab song. Got it.
Yeah.
This is also fun. This is the first song in the Tree River canon that I had like a very heavy hand in writing lyrics for, about like some shit that happened in my family around the time that all this stuff was going on. And I think Trevor sings it beautifully.
Oh my god, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's also a very fun contrast from the shit that came like in the 3 songs prior to this very, very, very different vocal style.
Yeah,
it's
good timing too, because after 3 songs,
we don't want people to think we rock too hard,
Yeah. A lot of our older music was much more delicate too, so it's kind of fun to kind of flex some of our sound that we've had for a while.
Yeah, Overzealous in the chat here says this drum groove, the drum groove in this fucking rips.
This was something that Zach, our drummer, literally just wrote before, like 1 second before Kevin hit record. Like we didn't have drums for the second half of the song. We just tried a bunch of shit out. I think Trevor was like getting a hot dog or something, and he came back. And I was like, look what we came up with. And it was, Zach had just written this amazing drum part.
I love the tone of the drums on this too. Like they're
we recorded
big,
it last.
they don't overpower like a delicate, beautiful track. And I don't know how he did that, if it's like saturated or whatever it is, but it's like big and gentle at the same time. So
this was one where the arrangement while we were recording it also like fucking killed us, because it was like, when you're recording an album, there's like one moment when everyone hates each other and you're like, this album's gonna suck. That was definitely while we were trying to figure out like what the arrangement for this song was, because we had like this whole other different electric guitar tone, and we were like, this sounds so stupid, and we couldn't make it work, and then we did. And Trevor, this is a very
Who's this voice, by the way?
That's Trevor singing like
this is me.
This was an insane meter, I guess, to sing, and like it was another one where I had to like write it out on a piece of paper. Trevor's like, I don't know what this is, and we had to just go through like hours of trying to get the timing right, because it's super weird.
Yeah,
it's like kicked over all the like outboard gear and fucking set the studio on fire.
Sorry, were you done? I interrupted you to ask who this voice was. Did you finish that?
Trevor sang that. He sang it beautifully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounded like fucking Bon Bear.
Yeah, just a little more exhaling on the falsetto, and you can get a little bit breathier and softer and roomier.
It's a good ass song.
Yeah, and this is Same Blood.
Same
This
blood.
song was musically the first song we started writing for the album in like March of 2019, like right after the last EP we made was mixed and done, and we hadn't written anything. I kind of started right away, which is very, very fast. Usually I take like a whole year off. And I actually wrote this song right like when my mom went into the hospital, and I wrote the first half of the music, and then I finished the second half after she died in the hospital. And that's what the song ended up being about, and it was very clear that that's what it was always going to be about.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's true.
Sorry to hear that, but that's, yeah, amazing.
Yeah, this song, the lyrical like narrative of this song is really, I think, one of my favorite aspects of the whole album. Is just about grieving process and how to move forward as an artist when you're grieving. So I love this song. It's also
It's a really hard
huge.
song. It's hard to sing. It's so big.
Yeah, like I mean, it took me a while to really be able to sing it confidently live.
You
but
sounded great by the tour. It was
just
perfect.
like breath control. It's hard. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of punk. It's a sad song, but it's kind of punk.
Oh, the groove is amazing too.
In many
Also,
ways,
some of the best noodles. These noodles.
good noodles on the song. In many ways, it's weird, but it's like when I wrote the music for this, I was like, for some reason, I was like, this is the first song I've ever written that sounds like a Tree River song. That's just sounds like us and doesn't, probably because it was like the first song that I wrote for the album. So I was like, oh, we finally sound like ourselves, kind of. You know what I mean? And this is our awesome baby Julie singing this beautiful part.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I was
Julie
gonna be like, this is not
actually,
Trevor.
So no, Julie plays the part of Phil's mother in this song. So all of her harmonies are like me wishing what she would say, and then she says it, and then in that it's like what she actually, yeah, it's her actual quote. We have a few songs where like we have characters in the song, and
Yeah.
kind of cool. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
No, it
We
is.
put a lot of time and thought into the lyrical content. Like, it's important to us.
I mean, it really pays off.
Thank you. I like how the drums build in this section.
Yeah. So I was like silent there for a bit because I was I just didn't realize what the song was about, and then hearing y'all talk about it was like a little, I was like, whoa.
Yeah. It's a heavy one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Same Blood.
This big outro that's coming up is one of my favorite parts of the album.
Yeah.
This is one where like
with halftime drums, baby.
It had no lead, and then Kevin was like, add some big octaves, which is this part. And then he's like, I think it needs to be even bigger. So then we added like a super mathy little noodle coming up. This part that's coming up, which sounds so fucking sick.
And that's the end of side A.
Time flies when you're having fun. This is really zooming on by.
Yeah, we're halfway through the journey.
This is Thought
We
Bubbles.
love 10-song albums. Really into 10-song albums.
Yeah, I like
all
10
of
or
our
11.
records are 10 songs.
This song is just fun.
This song is about this song is a love song on acid. It's about the actual experience of being on acid, falling in love.
Oh, it's like literally about that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If you read the lyrics, it's about an acid trip, but falling in love at the same time.
I wrote the riff for the song Martin Luther King Day 2019 when it was very, very cold outside, and I called the riff Sunflower, and I listened to it 500,000 times in a row, so much so that I had like temporary hearing damage.
Your memory is incredible, by the way, Phil. I can't even remember what I did earlier today. We love like internal rhyme and alliteration. Maybe move my mouth. We love that that kind of stuff.
Alliteration, I think, is a widely overlooked songwriting tool.
Oh man, that's all over the song.
Oh yeah. We love alliteration.
Down in the ground.
Yeah, and then their internal rhyme. We love onomatopoeia alliterations, which is that's like for the real heads right there.
Oh, and one thing Kevin actually added after we left the studio is he's like, I want to get a Motion City soundtrack keyboard in there. You know that fucking little synth that they use on everything? So you can hear it on the back.
Oh, Austin has been saying stuff. I don't remember when he said this, but super cute song, great video too. Then Virginity is Rad says 10 song, 30 minutes minimum. 30 minutes is tough to beat album wise.
I like a 40-minute 10-song album because you got some 2-minute songs, some 5-minute songs.
We love that. Yeah, actually, all 3 albums are almost exactly 40 minutes, 10 songs, and then our EP is 5 songs, 20 minutes. So we just cut it in half.
And we had Isaac in the chat redeem a drink some water reminder. So if you got some, go for it.
Thank you for that, Isaac.
I love this part because it's like the teenage dirtbag part, you know, the quiet third verse before shit picks back up again.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta have a quiet third verse.
Nasally, too. It's kind of teenage dirtbaggy.
Totally. This is definitely the teenage dirtbaggiest song we've written.
You know, I wouldn't have thought of that, but I do hear it.
That song is so good.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
I will say,
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, genuinely, you have like unbeatable choruses. I can't believe every single one is this good. You have to.
Songs don't get finished if they're not that good. That's the policy around here.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean that was one of the main intentions of this album was to be
catchy,
a little catchy and emotional at the same time.
Austin is clarifying the Thought Bubbles music video. It's really fun. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh,
we actually have
this
is a hot tip. I'm not going to say the song, but we have a new music video coming out next week.
Next week?
Yes, we do.
No, next week.
Well, that's funny because the song is called Patient. And let me tell you, I have been. So I'm excited for some more Tree River content.
It's a very different vibe from the Thought Bubbles video, I will say. If you like that, you might be very spooked
different.
out. It's a little spooky.
It is.
Like emo sexy Halloween?
Kind of.
Actually, yeah, kinda. We were just earlier talking about I don't know which wave that was, but early 2000s emo was very sexy and very Halloweeny.
Trevor, you want to talk about this song? You got a lot to say.
Yeah, so this song is called Patient, which is a song about becoming a therapist because I'm in a PhD program. So I'm going to be a psychologist. And so the name Patient is there's double meaning of patient. Singing to a patient, asking a patient to basically like begging a patient to trust me, and how it's not easy to build trust with your patient or your therapist in therapy. So
this song started as like a very pleasant little campfire folk song. And for like years, I was obsessed with this beat called the Tresillo beat, which is like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, as you can hear in this song. And then I just smushed that beat onto the song, and I was like, oh, this is a cool ass song now. But I was like obsessed with it I was like trying to stick it onto every single song we wrote. I was like, well, what if it had the Tresillo beat? And this is the first one I finally worked on.
Morzy Fire in the chat here says this song made me cry the first time I heard it.
Thanks, Morzy Fire.
Thank you. Yeah, this is packed with a lot of emotion.
We actually have an acoustic
It's hard
video
to trust. Oh, wait, say that again, Phil. I was being emo.
I said we made an acoustic video. We did like a section of acoustic things, and this one, we did one for it too, but it hasn't come out yet. I think we got to figure out when it's coming out. It's coming out one of these days.
Also, I appreciate you being emo, Trevor.
Thank you.
The lead guitar over this part was one of the things that we record. Like when you're in the studio towards the end, you have like some really, really, really late nights. And the leads that are playing over this part was like straight up 2:45 in the morning, like super zonked out, just like Kevin moving my whammy bar and like fucking with my pedal board. He's like, just see what it sounds like. It sounds like 2:45. This was a song that we actually had very few like guitar leads written for it going into the studio. And I was kind of like not super excited for it because like we also had like kind of a weird demo for it. Like it wasn't clicking in the same way, and it ended up being like one of my absolute favorite songs. Partially because the leads over this like big outro that are coming up are fucking sick and mathy and awesome.
Also, I love the little gang vocal.
Trevor's fiance is in there.
Oh,
yeah, she's in there too. Hey, patient, stay patient. Yeah, the lyrics on that song are some of my favorite on the album.
Wow. I mean, and that's a high bar because I know y'all talk about how hard you work on the lyrics, but like it fucking like super shows. It super pays off too. These songs are thick.
Thick. THICC.
Yeah, thank you. So funny that you mentioned lyrics because this song is like probably the one that stands out as being like a very different voice from the rest of the album, which is why we had Julie, our bassist, sing it so beautifully.
It was somehow this kind of thing. Well, so the origin of the riff that sort of starts the song is wild because Trevor went to San Diego, where he's from, a few years ago, and like found an old desktop computer with like an album that he'd like recorded in high school or something insane.
Yes.
And it had like a weird acoustic-y version of that riff. And like, he's like, do you think anything on here is a Tree River song? And I was like, no. Wait, what's that thing? And it was like super weird. And it sounded like it was playing in an alternate tuning. And I was like, do you know how you played this? He's like, wait, crazy? I recorded this in like 2005. No. So I had to like figure out how to play it. And it's the main riff of the song, but it's super old. Like some of the stuff on this album's from 2011. That one's from 2005.
Yeah, if you guys want to read the story, go to tootles.bandcamp.com, TOOTLES.
Hold on, let me find the link to the actual song.
Also, this one is called Catalyst. Just to keep saying the track list.
Trevor, what's that song called again?
I think it's Someone Needs a Hug.
Oh yeah.
So this song ended up being a response song, narrative-wise, response to a song called Pearl from the EP, the last EP that we wrote. Phil, can you describe what that means? Explain what that means?
Sure. So Pearl is basically about a toxic relationship from the point of view of like the person that's probably responsible for the majority of the toxicity, for lack of a better description. It's kind of like a very self-aware portrait of someone in a relationship who kind of knows they're being shitty. And it's like, get away from me. I'm bad for you. What are you doing? Please leave. I'm going to continue to be very bad. And this song is from the point of view of the other person in that relationship. But I think it would have been a little pat or easy to just have the person come off like 100% like a victim. So I think it's a little more of a self-aware take than that, where it's like you can be someone that's sort of not necessarily a victim, someone who's being treated poorly, but kind of like have your own reasons for wanting to maintain, you know, your involvement in this thing that you probably know overall big picture is bad for you. And I think Julie, who actually, in addition to singing it, wrote like many of the lyrics of the song, which has never happened for any of our songs ever before, brought like a really sort of interesting perspective that we as, two straight white men could not have really brought to
Yeah. Yeah, I think that naming the piece is really important too. So she also just is such a beautiful singer, and she's played like different parts and sung backups on previous songs, and so we wanted to give her a song to be a star in. So I think she killed it.
She's a star.
She's
Absolutely.
A star. This part is also huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that riff.
I think I wrote, that's like one of the few guitar leads that I wrote, at least that section.
This song was written very much in the practice room as opposed to a lot of the other songs. Like, it was kind of like very much like more musically collaborative than I think a lot of our other songs are.
Yeah. Typically Phil and I kind of pre-write like the majority of the idea, and then we bring it to the room, and then we compose it as a band. I love that slide on.
And the dynamic shift here is like perfect.
This is another note that was hanging around my phone for 10 years.
A lot of times people are like, what is emo? And I often talk about dynamics as a way of explaining what it means, of like songs that get really quiet when the energy or the narrative is gentle and soft, and then really big when
it's probably the primary difference between like that and punk, because punk is like a super high sustained level, and emo has a lot more dynamicism.
Exactly.
Is it dynamicism?
This is Little Ripper.
Dynamics. This is Little Ripper. Speaking of punk, this is the punk song on the album, I think. Most punk.
I mean, yes. Undeniably.
Yeah.
For the vocals, so Kevin, our producer, sings on this one, and for the vocals on this is another like super late night in the studio where we actually recorded the guitar after we just done like this whatever song we'd done that was like super intensive and really like exacting. And Kevin was like, I'm gonna make the guitar sound as awful as possible. Let's record everything super fast. And then him and Trevor like drank a bunch of beer and sang it until 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah. That's
Jesus.
True. Kevin's part.
God, this part's so good. Oh my God.
Yeah. This is another like just lyrically dense song.
Super dense. We wrote the bulk of the lyrics for this song when I was at the Jersey Shore in September of 2020. This was one of the last songs we wrote lyrics for. And it's like, obviously, if you read the lyrics, it's kind of like ostensibly about a prison break, but I like to think it stands in for like a lot of other sort of situations where someone kind of feels trapped by their surroundings or situation.
Yeah, just blast out of the prison. So this is Kevin, our producer, singing this next section. From Gates. He's from the band Gates.
Who I'm seeing on Thursday.
I know, I wish I could go.
Yeah.
This part always reminds me of Hot Cross, which was one of my favorite bands in high school.
When that initially came in, it almost feels like a different time signature. Like it's like, because it's like 6, right? Or something.
I don't know anything about time.
Yeah, it's 6 at the end, I think.
Oh, yeah, it's weird. Kevin had a really big part.
Yeah.
Kevin played a really big part in figuring out a lot of the arrangement stuff for that song too, where I just couldn't figure out what the vocals would be over the outro, and he came in at a different place than I would have come in, which like unlocked the whole thing for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And here we are, Prospect Park.
Yeah. This song
is a good song.
Feels reminiscent of some of our older songs too, in that it's very,
I don't know why, it's like the color scheme of the song.
And mystical, and
it's like
nature
a yellow greenish look. I don't know why.
Oh, I think of it as darker than that.
I don't know. I'll
like
figure out the color.
nighttime trees, because it's very nocturnal
It's very
story.
sunsetty, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a psychedelic journey of falling in
This
love.
was one of those melodies that I wrote the chorus, and I'm like, this is a fucking great ass melody.
Yeah.
Still pretty happy with it.
Also, the lyric, I don't fear love, was like that was one of the first things that we wrote, or it was, I'm not afraid of love. And then I wanted to bring that in somewhere, and so we brought that into the chorus.
Signal
Now,
fire
is this you and the and what was your bass player's name?
Julie.
Julie.
This is Trevor harmonizing with himself right now. Julie does sing on the song later.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
That's
This
so good.
This is a really hard song for Trevor to sing because we tuned the guitars down a half step because he literally hits the absolute tippity top of his range when he hits this high G sharp during the bridge. I'll tell you when the part happens, but it was like so fucking high. It's crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of high, if you smoke weed, I hope you smoke a lot of weed and listen to this song because it's my favorite. Also, this section,
really
this bridge, and then the next part is my favorite part of the whole album. The instrumental section and this song.
Part that's coming up was the single hardest part for Trevor to sing on the whole album.
Oh, because breath.
The weird breath. It's deceptive.
Okay, this is the section. This is my favorite part of the album.
I wrote this on a flight to Amsterdam.
This song, like, this part, it's gotta give you goosebumps.
This is the hard part that Trevor sings somehow.
Yeah, but
that G sharp
loud,
and full voice is nuts. So this is Julie now doing the harmony in the back.
Oh yeah, the harmony. Yeah.
From here on out, it's basically just a showcase for Zach fucking ripping the drums so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the drums are probably the sickest part of this song.
When we were mixing the album, I maintained the whole time that this mix was like my favorite of all the mixes that he did. It just sounds so good and powerful.
Yeah.
Trevor, do you ever sing to yourself the word that we removed on the second half?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, oftentimes.
We had one little word on the second half of this huge outro that we had during mixing, and then we got rid of it. And sometimes I go back and forth.
Love. And yeah, that's the album. It does feel like it really flows. Like it's kind of it seems shorter than it actually is when you listen to it.
Yes.
I've not listened to this thing start to finish in a very long time. That's fun.
Yeah, it's true. I haven't done that in a really long time.
Do you have a go-to song that you listen to when you listen to one song, Trevor?
It's a great question.
My go-to is
either Journey Proud, just because it's the intro, or honestly, I like Prospect Park a lot.
Oh, really? I go for Crossroading usually.
Song.
Oh, Prospect Park.
Oh yeah, it auto played Crossroading on Spotify after. I think Crossroading. Same.
Crossroading is just a fun little pop punk ditty.
That was great.
Yeah. Thanks for having us. This is so fun.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was really cool. We've never done anything like this before.
You made good faces while we were listening. I like this face. You got a good face. You're making good faces even right now.
You do. You have a great face.
Thank you so much. That's so nice. I love that we did this. I mean, behind the scenes, this was a hard one to put together.
It seems like it. You did a great job.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
you threw that together
weird
really,
timing.
really quickly.
I want to give a special shout out to Overzealous, who's been hanging in the chat loyally the whole time and giving us some great little thoughts and questions and notes. And also Morris Fire, who said, I'm assuming he was referring to the patient beat, says it's the same beat as Signal Fire by Snow Patrol, so I got to check that out. Actually, it's funny,
Oh, yeah.
when we were
Let's
doing
check
the
that out.
demo for Patient, or like when I was just trying to demonstrate what I was talking about, I somehow found an isolated beat for the song Clocks by Coldplay, which is the same thing. You can think about it. That sounds like
Yes, yeah.
it's the same vibe.
Oh, I want to say one thing about Overzealous here, Austin. Um, I think he said at the beginning that he's at work. So this might blow your mind if it's true. He's at work, so he wasn't able to listen to the record. So he was just watching the timestamp, and he knows the record well enough to have gone along like the whole time.
Good job.
I'm
That's
pretty
awesome.
sure that's what he did, because like he is at work right now and he can't have like this and the record on at the same time. So
Amazing.
I might be
epic.
wrong,
Thanks
but I
so
think
much,
that's what he
Austin.
said. Yeah. Yeah.
choose
I
to
know
believe it.
Austin loves this record. Yep.
Thanks, Austin.
Also, I looked up Proud
Yeah.
Journey and I love the definition.
Oh yeah, Journey Proud. It's like
Or Journey Proud, yeah.
It's a
Proud Journey.
southern. Oh, I didn't mean to correct you, but yeah, it's
No,
like
yeah.
a southern term that my fiance's mom taught her, and she taught me, and it's like that feeling right before you're going on a trip that makes you're so excited that you can't sleep.
Sleep
And it's
or
like
eat, yeah.
that specific feeling. Can't sleep, you can't eat, and so I wanted to call the first song that, because it was kind of like, oh, right, we figured out how, like, what we really sound like we figured out how to really write songs now. Like, this is sick. Like, we're excited to keep doing this. So
Yeah.
and it's really
I mean,
it's like not a common phrase. Like, I bet like just releasing this album, it like tripled the number of people that have even said that phrase out loud.
well, okay, one, I love it. That's like a new favorite like phrase for me, because that like I love that concept is like a feeling, like you know how like the German language has a word
Sure.
for like very niche specific like feelings. So whenever there's something that can be translated like in a phrase, whether it's just a colloquialism or if it's actually, you know, like a standard definition kind of thing, I love that kind of stuff in English as well. It just rarely happens. But
Totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Yeah,
it's like
thanks.
hard to think about like not naming like an album that, you know? This
Yeah.
I'm like, God, that's so good. How did you come
Thank
to
you.
Time Being, by the way?
It's just a great turn of phrase. That it's a good phrase that everyone uses all the time. And I looked it up. I was like, oh, there hasn't been albums or songs called Time Being. And it's I also, Trevor and I really like the band Weatherbox, and part of it was like it kind of sounds like like he likes those kind of double meaning things where it could be a mundane phrase, but also something that's a little more mystical and ephemeral.
Yeah.
It just felt like something that's very grounded and indoorsy and mundane, but also a little sort of more expansive and exciting.
Yeah, for the time being, I feel like there's different meanings of that, and even just like some people call it time being and some people call it time being, and I love that too. Like,
I also think it connects really nicely to the album art, not like overtly, but it's kind of, they feel like they're sort of sharing a similar feeling, or they're on a similar wavelength. Like, obviously it goes without saying that we recorded this during COVID. A lot of the lyrics were in during like early lockdown, whatever. And it's very informed and inspired by that. And I just think, a lot of the songs on this album, as opposed to our previous stuff, is very indoorsy and very sort of like claustrophobic. Like most of the songs, if you sort of like do a deep dive, are kind of expressing that feeling or that sentiment. Whereas before,
wanting to break free
in the open field, and that's not really the vibe of this album at all. So it just felt like something a little more locked in feeling and sort of biding your time and being bored or frustrated, as opposed to being inspired mystical nature of the earth, which is not really.
Previous albums are pretty different in that way. So I think that's why the album art really kind of captures that as well. It's like being just like so locked in somewhere. You have this like fantasy of freedom from that sense of being trapped, and that fantasy is sick. Fantasy is awesome. So
Yeah. I also, I mean, like with the title and the album art and everything, it is like it is great how open to interpretation like a lot of this is, and it is like such an evocative image, like, and something so specific. It's not so surreal, like so absurdist that you can't tell what it is. It's actually kind of like the surrealism of it being so, like a bathroom, a bathtub, like it is a person. You can see the like faucet, and there are fish. It is all extremely recognizable imagery that is like given to you quite plainly, but it is a very evocative image, because to me, like with time being, up there as well, it's like, okay, so are you comfortable in that space, like under the water, like whatever? Are you imagining these fish? Is this like your escape? Are you just like, or is this like, this is where I have to be like right now for the time being? And then like I just like, I think it does work so well with the title. I think it is again, I fucking love this album cover. Yeah. It's very cool.
So much.
We spent a really long time on the little trails that the flippers leave in the water. If you look at those little flipper trails.
Yes, yeah.
And the shadows
it's like
of
they're like
fish.
swirling a little bit, yeah.
And the little soap area. I was like, we need a soap area for sure.
You have to have it.
I keep going back and forth on if the fish are really there, if he like put a bunch of fish into his bathtub, or if he's imagining that the fish are there.
Totally. Works either way.
And I like both of those ideas.
I also like how earlier we were talking about like a house shirt, and how you and like how there are two fish like very carefully covering some nips here. Like it's like the opposite.
Oh yeah.
I will say you can kind of see his left nipple. Yeah. And I never thought we were the kind of band that would have nipples on their album art, but that's where we find ourselves in 2022, and I couldn't be happier about it. We're just not really a nipples on album art kind of band, but now we are, and that's really powerful.
Yeah, it is. That might be the most respectful thing you've said on stream.
Well, that's what we're all about, man. Being respectful.
Also, Morsey Fire said my favorite album in the past few years. Thank you for creating such a wonderful piece of art. Listen to it every day.
Wow,
every day. Nice. Oh my gosh. Cool. Thank you so much. That means
I can't believe there's someone outside this band who listens to our music ever.
I know. For so long, we just wanted anyone to listen to our music at all, and just the idea of someone caring about it that much it means so much. So thank you. Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to return to this album for a long time. This is this is my Holy Ghost.
Hell yeah. What's up with Glass Beach, by the way? Maybe this is not covered on the subject matter of are you guys making something new? What's going on?
Yeah, we're
secret stuff, or you can tell me about it.
No, I can tell you a little bit. Yeah, we're recording the second album. Yeah, we have at least 5 songs almost fully recorded for the second album. And
are you recording it in pieces? Where it's all
so our writing process is also our recording process, and it takes years. So so Jay will work in a DAW, just at their desk in their room. We'll record 100 demos. We will just record an unending amount of demos, retracking guitars, and we do programmed drums and stuff like that. I'll bang it out on. I have an E-kit back there behind me.
Oh yeah, I'll saw that.
Yeah, so I'll bang stuff out on the E-kit a little bit. Jay will send us chords or sections. Sometimes our favorite way to work songs out early in the pandemic, after we all moved in together, because start of pandemic we weren't all living together, and so stuff was going really, really slow. So we moved in together. We would take chord progressions or sections of songs or whatever, and we would just set up in a room like this. We'd plug the E-kit into like an interface, and we'd get guitars and like vocals and everything in. We'd just like pop on some headphones and we'd do like a really quiet little like jam kind of thing.
Wow.
That's like one of my favorite ways to work songs out, honestly, because you can hear everything super clearly. Now we have a practice space, like a shared practice space we have with a bunch of other musicians and like other bands.
So were you guys in LA, or you were in LA?
We are in LA, yeah.
Where in LA are you?
North Hollywood. We're
Nice.
like very North Hollywood too. It's the only place we can afford. Really. We can't live in LA proper because
Sure.
that is way too expensive. But we're here. We're here for now. But I don't know. We're also planning on moving. So
Where you want to go?
North, like Oregon, Seattle area, that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Oh, out of LA altogether.
Yep.
Sweet.
It won't happen like soon, but we're definitely. I don't like the sun.
But you're wearing all the tank tops.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that's like one benefit, I guess. But I'm actually a sweater weather kind of person. I have like a bunch of sweaters.
Sweater
and
weather.
Yep. It's I desire cloud coverage.
Yeah.
So.
It's finally getting humid over here in New York. Short
It was
time, baby.
beautiful last couple days.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's a little cloudy over here.
Yeah, I'm originally from Minnesota, so I've only been out here for about like 5.5, like 6-ish years only. I think that's kind of a long time. But in Minnesota, like it's just
now, I think officially.
Yeah, I think so, maybe. Yeah, but all of my friends back home are like, they were complaining about how we were having nice weather and they weren't, and it was still like really cold, or like things were bad. And then they had like one day where like things were really nice, but you know, in a zone like Minnesota where it's like really cold, if it's, you know, suddenly gets really hot, then it's tornadoes. So they just like, all of my friends are like, they're getting hit hard by tornadoes right now in the Midwest, especially Minnesota. Yeah.
Wow. You call them
that
twisters?
Is what twisters. Yeah.
Twisters, yeah. Now I'm here in Minnesota.
Oh yeah, twisters.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch out for the twisters.
Twisters.
That's exactly what I sound like. Yes. That's funny.
Yeah.
Have y'all always been in New
Shout
York?
out to the movie Twister, by the way.
I'm from New York, and we met when we went to college in DC. And then Trevor moved to LA. I stayed in DC. Trevor moved back to DC. I moved to New York. Trevor moved to New York.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a lot of bopping around. Yeah, I'm originally from San Diego as well, so
okay.
so I think that's I feel like that's in there in the band energy as well. But yeah,
you got a little bit of sunshine.
A little sunshine. Yeah.
A little Tom DeLonge playing.
Tom DeLonge is one. Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite human beings. Just say that much. But
wow.
Yeah, people have. I think he's honestly up there. I mean, he's in terms of favorite people. I've got my fiance. She's number one. My mom, and then very close third is Tom DeLonge. I'll just say that much.
Well, I mean, just a couple more really, really personally impressive things for you, and Tom DeLonge might unseat your mother. So maybe.
Oh my gosh! Well,
and he overtakes Trevor's mom. That's the ranking rules.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
Are there any last things y'all want to say about the record before we go?
Not really. I like it.
Well, we have more vinyl that we're trying to sell. We're really excited about the idea of people buying vinyl. It's our first time ever pressing or selling vinyl. So
we got t-shirts too.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, I got exclamation point listen in the chat if you're watching this on Twitch. I mean, it'll bring up I'll put that in there right now. Boom. Yeah. We got the Bandcamp link. We got the links.
Moobot. What's Moobot? When he does your bidding?
Moobot. It's Moobot and Nightbot are the two like mainly used little like bots on Twitch. Yep. Yes, it is.
situation this is.
Twitch is awesome. I really like Twitch. I want to get more into it.
I mean, if you need any pointers or anything, I'd be happy to help. Like,
I
absolutely.
can stream just me just sewing buttons back on my pants, which is something that I've been doing
Do you
recently.
know how to sew? I don't know how to sew. I'm so jealous.
Oh, I know how to sew.
Also, is all my sewing needs, my wife handles. Not because of any reasons, just because I don't know how to sew.
I think that would be the worst Twitch of all time.
Okay.
Just
Sewing buttons on pants.
I don't know. I think
For
people would be
hours?
into that. I think so. You get here's what you do. You get at a desk. You have like a camera like on your face, and then like you get a top down camera so that you can see like you sewing, and then like get a little section like to the side
I
where
guarantee you
chat
there's
can
a
be on
big
screen.
following out there waiting for someone to make a
Absolutely.
Twitch about sewing buttons on pants. Look, there's a lot of crud
I
out
love
there in
that.
the world that's filling people's eyeballs with bad vibes and bad energy. Wouldn't it be nice every now and then to just, watch someone sewing a fucking button? What sounds better? I don't know.
It's definitely
agree.
cute.
Yes.
You say it's definitely cute?
It's definitely a cute idea.
Definitely
and that's
cute.
really what we're going for too.
We're all about respect and cuteness.
Yep. Respect.
Yeah.
Priority 1, respect, and then cuteness comes in second,
Totally.
and then Tom DeLonge
That's
is
right.
third.
For now,
Yes.
he might overtake cuteness. We'll see how things go.
He's pretty cute.
He's cute. He's gotten better as he's gotten richer. He's gotten like more tan and like fat. Not like fat, but like rich fat. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he used to be very
Yeah,
like skinny and lanky, and now he's like got money, so his
Yeah.
chin is.
I mean, that's what happens when you get older. You kind of fill out a little
I
bit.
like it. I'm really happy for him.
You just released a movie, or is
A
releasing
trailer or
a movie
something.
that.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
Yet.
I'm
not that
sure
interested in his like non-music.
I'm not that interested, but I will watch it.
You will you? Did
Actually,
you watch Love? You know that guy who
could be
directed
on.
Love is like an actual director. Will Eubank. He like directs movies now.
I really like Love, and I probably will enjoy this.
You like
film
Love?
whether or not it's great.
Also, calling a movie Love. Can you imagine the chutzpah? Crazy.
Have you seen
That's what I
Nirvana,
love-
the
that's what I
band, the
love about
show?
him.
Either of you?
On to the band of show. It sounds so familiar. What is that?
It started as like a web series, and it turned into this this TV show by
yeah.
Vice or something.
I think this was like 100 years ago. I feel like.
That's awesome.
It was a while ago. Yeah. I'm only asking because your sense of humor and the way that you two talk and interact just reminds me of that.
I think I watched this. I'm not even kidding. I think I totally saw this because it was on IFC, right?
I think so.
It was
Yeah,
on Viceland?
IFC and like Vice Land.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It was on Vice
Yeah,
Land.
I watched this. I was into like anything that was tangentially even like this tonally.
I mean, that show's amazing. That's like the tree river of TV shows.
Hell yeah!
In my
Well, maybe
opinion.
they'll get a
Oh,
new
man.
season on the streaming service of its choice.
Yes.
Not too
Yeah.
late.
I love that.
Okay. Yeah. What do you
Well,
say we
I'm trying to
leave?
think if there's anything else to say about this album. I feel like that. I feel like it's been pretty expensive.
Yeah. Y'all were great. You
Yeah.
said a lot of
Thanks for having
stuff.
us.
You came. I don't know if you came very prepared. Like, did you write stuff out or?
No, but we've done a few interviews that ended up getting published, so it sounded like we were saying stuff that was hot and fresh that we'd said before, but it hasn't been published before, so that's cool.
Hey, and also some people won't see those, so
They definitely
it's
will.
okay.
That's true.
I'm definitely. Oh, that's true. They haven't been published. Yeah. Well, even if they were
The guy
published,
went
even if you
AWOL. We'll
were
never see it.
regurgitating published stuff or whatever, it's good. I don't mind.
It's all
that.
true. We didn't lie about anything. It's all how we feel and the things.
Yeah,
that
I mean, we some new
we
stuff
get some
in
hot,
there,
hot
and
new nugs.
I mean, we definitely never like done a live commentary of the album before. That I've never even heard of anyone doing that before.
That's so fun. I wish we could do it for.
Yeah,
all
it's
of
so
our shows.
fun. It reminds me of when I used to watch Home Movies, the cartoon, and then I'd watch the commentary over it. And
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Good job.
And if
Thanks for making the show.
yeah,
yeah,
killed it.
oh my gosh, thank you. I mean, that's so nice of you to say. And in the future, if you want to do more, fuck it, I'll just keep having you on. Let's do more of your
We'll come
albums.
back whenever you
Wow.
want. We have a lot of other albums to make or to talk about, so you let us know, and we'll come back whenever.
We can do your entire back catalog, and then when you release more music, we can do that. I'm fully
We'll do
on
all
board.
of it, man. We'll just
get
have a
your
regular
whole
format.
we'll get your whole ass band on
This will
here.
be the comprehensive Trevor commentary collection. We'll fucking bundle it as a Blu-ray. Send it out for free with the vinyl.
I'll
like
send
this
you all the full like stream videos and just like you can have
Let's
it.
do it. Great. We'll chop it together
That's
on
awesome.
iMovie.
All right,
Well, thanks
cool.
for
I'm
having
gonna
us.
close
This
the
was
stream
blast.
out.
Thank you so much.
I'll say bye to both of you off stream. I'm just gonna
Cool.
close out the stream really quick and then
Bye, stream. Thanks for everyone coming.
Okay.
yes.
Bye, stream.
Okay,
For
stream.
streaming
Say
with
bye to
us.
Trevor and Phil. And going back to the talk screen. So it is just me again. Thank you everybody for
Hey.
being here. This was really great. And just for Phil and Trevor, so you know, they can't see you anymore, but they can still hear you. So if there is like one final thing you want to say at the end of the stream, we can do that. And Austin says friendship. Great. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Overzealous. Thank you, Austin. Friendship. I do a lot of these. I have another one that is going to be coming up sometime soon. I can't really remember. I don't remember if we nailed it down, but I'm having Hey, I Love You on to do their
that's
most
cool.
recent record.
Love them.
Yeah, I had them on set to do their EP, Internet Breathe. I can't remember. I think it's Internet Breath. That came out a year or two ago, and we did that one. I did that one with Caleb, and I'm excited to do another one with them. Most recently just did one with Talker, and I did one with Proper.
We love Talker.
Yeah.
You got all the hot,
we do.
all the hot folks.
Yeah, I mean,
We were
I
gonna
just keep
maybe
reaching
play a
out to
show.
people, and oh, really?
It didn't work out. But
It didn't work out, but
I mean,
we
yeah.
but that was
It's gonna be tight.
we do have a couple shows coming up. Maybe we should plug those real quick.
Oh,
Sure,
here, I'll go
right.
back to
Plug
the
away.
screen with here's both of you again.
Oh
Plug.
man, we're fucking up. He was supposed to close it out. Now we're doing a visual plug.
We don't need to do that, but Phil, do you remember all the dates?
Yeah, July 7th, St. Vitus, Greenpoint, Brooklyn. July 28th, we're headlining Knitting Factory, Brooklyn. Good shows.
Yes.
July 28th, we're playing with Posture and the Grizzly and Small Data, which is going to be very fun.
Oh,
Yeah, please
small
join
data.
That's the face I made.
Excellent.
Fun?
Okay, cool. Also, my
Cool.
pronouns are they them, by the way.
Thank you
Thanks.
For-
Did I
for-
fuck up? Sorry.
for letting us.
It's just fine. No, it's fine. It's all good.
Oh, sorry.
All right, back to me again.
It's
Yeah,
hard.
Back to me.
Well, for me, I just say man to everyone, regardless of gender identity, which is not ideal, but it's a good learning experience.
Yes, and I
Say
appreciate
that to my
that.
mom. I literally say that to my mom. So
I call my
and that's
baby
what's gonna-
man. She's a small baby girl.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Drink from that bottle. Okay. I'm going to close this out. So if you want to find all the previous ones I've done, they are on YouTube. I still have to get the Talker and the Proper one up. I think there's one more that I still need to do, and then this one as well. But I'll get all of those up on YouTube, and then they'll be in a playlist called Listen Along on the Second Glass Beach channel. The Second Glass Beach channel. That's the name of the channel on YouTube. You can also find that playlist with bit.ly. Here, I'm going to type it in the chat. It's bit.ly/listen along YT, capital L, capital A, capital YT. Listen along YT, capital L, capital A, capital YT. The capitalization is important because it is a bit.ly link, and that's how those work. If you want to know information about this show, you can follow me on Twitter if you have a Twitter. It's @_listenalong. I promise I only use that to let you know when stuff is happening. I don't retweet other things. I don't tweet miscellaneous things unrelated to the show. That is the Twitter that I specifically use for this show. So I tweet when a guest is announced. I tweet when a show is going live. And I tweet when one of these streams has been turned into a VOD and put on YouTube. So when it goes up there, those are like the only times I use it. So if you want to follow it and turn notifications on, I promise you will not be flooded by notifications. But if you want to keep up with the show and other artists and stuff that are going to be on, that's a good place to do it. So @_listen along. Great. So in the future, I got more. I mean, at some point when fucking a couple bands stop touring, they will come on. But there are some bands that are touring and indefinitely, it seems. But hopefully I'll be able to get them. Save Face is one of the ones that have
Love them.
said that they want to come on. Yeah, we're gonna do another Kill for the highlight reel. So that'll be fun.
So many good bands.
Yeah, I mean, I've done like about 36 of these so far. So
Wow.
I've been very fortunate to have a lot of people excited to do these, and I'm excited to do more of them. I'm going to snag myself a thumbnail really quick. So what's a good facial expression for Tree River? What's good? Like something pensive or like
Not pensive here.
Yeah, pensive. I like a pensive look.
10-15
How about
oh like that, just like a
yeah.
All right, there we go. That makes my job easier in the future. Okay, that's it. I'll say bye to you off stream, and I'll say bye to all of you viewers on stream. And someone just came in, said good afternoon, Glass Stream. Hi, Slip, we're leaving now. Bye, everybody. See you next time I do one of these.
Terrible timing, Slip. God damn.